How do you multiply a fraction by a mixed number? I have to share my candy bars with my two brothers. What is 1/3 of 1 1/2? In this lesson, you will learn how to multiply a fraction by a mixed number by using visual representations. Let's start with a little review. Fractions are made of two parts. The top number is the numerator, and the bottom number is called the denominator. Fractions show a part-to-whole relationship. The numerator shows the part, and the denominator shows the whole. Fractions can also show division. 1/2 can also be read as 1 divided by 2. 1 is the dividend, and 2 is the divisor. This fraction can be rewritten as 1 divided by 2 or as 1 divided by 2. Let's go back to our problem. I found 1 1/2 candy bars still in my drawer. I have to share them equally with my two brothers. What part of the candy bars will I get to keep? There's my candy bars. I know that if I'm sharing between 3 people, we each get 1/3. So I need to find 1/3 of 1 1/2 candy bars. Let's take a look. There's my 1, there's my 1/2. The denominator tells me to divide the whole group in 3 equal pieces. So there, if I split my 1 into 2 halves, there's a half and a half, there's a third half. Each piece is 1/3. The numerator tells me I get to keep one of the pieces. So that means 1/3 of 1 1/2 is 1/2. I can show this with an area model. I'll start by drawing 2 boxes because I am starting out with a multiplicand that's larger than 1 but smaller than 2. That's why I need 2 boxes. I'll color in 1 1/2 boxes. So there I've got 1 1/2 boxes. And I made a vertical line. So for my next part, I'm going to focus on the 1/3 and I'm going to make horizontal lines. I'm going to draw horizontal lines to make the thirds. And I'm going to color in 1/3. So there's my thirds, and I've shaded in 1/3. There are 2 pieces where the lines overlap, 1/3 and 1/6. We could also rewrite 1/3 as 2/6, which means I have 2/6 plus 1/6. Well, yeah, that's 3/6, which is 1/2. A common misunderstanding happens when students have trouble reading the area model. This student says they think it's 2/3 because there are 2 green pieces by the label 1/3. But it's not really 2/3. One of the pieces is half of 1/3, which is 1/6. The other piece is equal to 2/6. So when we add them together, we get 3/6, which is equal to 1/2. In this lesson, you learned how to multiply a mixed number by a fraction by using visual representations.